This looked like a good question. If there was ever an all-star season of Dancing with the Stars and you were asked back, who would you want to be your dance partner if I had to choose someone different? Okay, so obviously I would choose Jen. But if I had to pick somebody different, I actually would pick a boy. I don't think I would want a different girl. If I was to say a different girl, I mean, obviously Daniela's a dream, but I don't know. I think the thing for me is I think what Jenna and I did was so special that if I ever got to do it again with her, I would be so down. But I think doing it with another girl, it would be strange. But then I think, like, seeing me partnered with a boy, because I have partnered with boys. I've partnered a lot with boys, but just not on Dancing with the Stars, but just for fun. And at my studio and stuff, like Ezra and I will dance together all the time. And then just like a little here and there with Max, a little here and there with Val, just like fun, you know what I mean? And it definitely would show a different side of me, for sure. Instead of being the one lifting, I'd be the one lifted, you know what I mean? There'd be a lot of things that would be different. And honestly, boy-wise, I do love Val very, very much. But I think partnering with Val would actually be really hard for me because I would want Jenna back. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so close, but I'm not quite there. I enjoy Gleb. I do enjoy Gleb. I think Gleb and I have a really fun, bantery relationship. I wish it could be Sasha, but I'm too tall, so that wouldn't work. Why do you want to have kids? This is a great question. I have seen a lot of people on the internet since I said that on my podcast coming at me and saying that I'm not mature enough to have kids and that I need to not and that that's embarrassing. And I'm like, y'all, I don't think people realize that they don't necessarily see everything or know everything about somebody based off of what they see on social media. And don't get me wrong, I'm very, very real and very genuine on social media, but there's still, I mean, there's 24 hours in a day. You're seeing what? Maybe max an hour of my day, you know what I mean? And that's between just the little 30-second snippets or minute snippets here and there. And so just say it's an hour, you know what I mean? And the thing for me is I've had a very strong maternal instinct since honestly, I would say like realistically 12 or 13. And then when I was like 16, 17, it got like really, really serious. But obviously I still knew like I was very, very young. And even now I'm 20, I'm almost 21, and I still know that I'm very, very young and I'm not there yet, even though I'm ready and I want like the late nights of taking care of the kid and this sounds so silly. Like obviously there's so much more that goes into having a child, but cooking and like, God, I'm making it sound even worse now that I'm talking about it, but like there's so many things. Okay, this is what it is. There's so many things that I do in my day-to-day life, right, that I think about, I can't wait to do this for my kids. That's what I think about. So, like, it's not that I'm excited to cook for kids and I'm like, give me a kid so I can cook for it. No, that would be immature. It's more like when I'm cooking for myself, but I'm like, man, I can't wait for the day when I get to cook for kids. You know what I mean? Or for my kids. Whenever I'm doing laundry, I'm like, man, I can't wait for the day when I get to fold little tiny baby socks. You know what I mean? Like and that's in everything I do. Like when I wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, I'm like, man, I can't wait to wake up in the middle of the night to go check on my kids. Like that for me is like what I mean. It's very much so, and it is in everything. I think about it everywhere. I think about it like I'll be at the studio, right? Back when I'm back home in California, I'll be at the studio drumming and I will be consciously thinking about this every time. I'll be consciously thinking about, okay, in a few years, I'm not going to be able to do this like this because I'm going to have kids. Or I'll be thinking, what are my kids going to be doing while I'm training? That's what I think all the time. When I'm working out, what are my kids going to be doing? How will I work out when I have a baby? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of where I figure, like, I don't know. I'm very excited for kids. And anybody who hates on my children being named Freddie, Eddie, and Teddy, great. Please do. Yeah, I can't wait to bring little babies into the world. Someone asked if I would be a dance mom. So this is interesting. I've thought about this a lot. Let me start this one off by saying I will let my kids do whatever they want to do. And I will take whatever they enjoy, whatever their passion is, and sprint with it, like run with it, right? Like tour the world of babies. Yes, absolutely. But yeah, my kids will go on tour with me for sure. So whatever, I'll let them do whatever they want to do. However, if I could choose what each kid does, because that's how it works, right? It's not. But I would not, if my girl wants to dance, she can dance. But I think with my child, there's going to be a lot of pressure in the dance world. And that's something that I don't want my kids to ever have, that unnecessary because of me type of pressure. You know what I mean? I feel like there would be some sort of like awkward, unspoken pressure. You know what I mean? And so I think that like I would love it if my kids could take their own path, something aside from what I've done, because my life has been so public. And that's another thing that people ask me, like, are you going to put your kids in the limelight? And let me first of all say that is time away, and I can't really predict the future or where I will be in the future or how I will want to be with my kids in the future, or even how the limelight or how the internet will be. Literally, someone just commented, will you show your kids' faces online? Someone also said that they haven't heard someone my age be excited about having kids and that it's refreshing. Well, talk to me. Freddie, Eddie, and Teddy come up in every conversation. I'm so excited. But I'm happy that you're taking a grateful approach to that and an excited approach to that. I'm not pregnant. No. I'm talking about future kids right now. Anyways, so my thing with putting my kids in the spotlight is because I'm so public as their mom one day, they're already going to kind of be there. You know what I mean? There's not really that choice for their life to be completely hidden and completely private. Now, I don't see myself like really going above and beyond. I think if my kids reach a certain age, and I think every kid is different, for me, I've been around a lot of kids filming YouTube videos back in the day, and I was able to see at a very young age, like, oh, this kid actually really enjoys this, and oh, this kid, ooh, that's not the vibe. You know what I mean? And put that kid back, put him in school, let him grow up to be a doctor, take him off the internet. And so I think, for me, me and my brother, right, came from the same parents, but we are so different, and I definitely was able to have and handle having such a public life. But my brother, on the other hand, was like, nah, that's not my vibe. You know what I mean? And so I think the thing is it'll kind of just